Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk again about being uncomfortable. This is part 2. So in this video, I'm gonna go over lamenting. And when we think about the protests in the wake of what happened to George Floyd, what happened to Ahmaud Arbery, and there are so many more people that unfortunately there are more names of people who have been wrongfully killed. And we need to be able to sit with the sad feelings that brings. And I am talking to those of you who are people of color, as well as those of you who are not. And my hope and goal is, as a person of color, to share where I'm coming from, how these types of things affect me, and that those of you, my white brothers and sisters, those of you who may not have necessarily, are not part of this race and people of color, that I want to be able to just share with you things that you may be able to do in participating in lamenting and mourning, and the support that you can bring to the table. Because actually, the goal is for us to all be in this together, to all unite in bringing an end to racism. That's a big goal, right? But I think this is how it starts. It's just having a conversation and talking about it. And so I just want to talk about this lamenting. Lament means to grieve and to have sorrow. And I think in today's society, we do not really take time to grieve as much as we should. And all of us, at one time or another, will experience some form of loss. Some of you may have already experienced the loss of a loved one. And did you take the time to grieve? Did you allow yourself to cry when you felt it rising up? Sometimes we just push the feelings down and we get back up. We just want to move on with our lives because it's uncomfortable. Crying is painful. Pain and sorrow, it's not fun. It's no picnic. And I've been through it myself. Those of you who know me know my story. You know the losses that I've experienced very close to me. So I am totally all in this. I get how painful this is. But even when I've had to grieve, I remember thinking, let it happen. Let it happen. And that way I can heal, because it's actually part of your healing process to cry, to grieve, to sit with the pain, to acknowledge the pain. And so this is what is so important for all of us, to acknowledge the pain that we feel and to support each other in the grieving. I had a Caucasian friend call me right after the George Floyd incident, and she was checking on me to see how I was doing. And I knew I could be honest with her because I knew she would listen. And I told her that it hurt and it made me really sad. And it made me think of my son, who is a young Black man, and wondering if he's going to be able to go through life freely without violence coming towards him because of the color of his skin. And I began to cry. And, she felt my pain so much, and she felt so much just about the whole situation that she actually cried with me. And I don't think I'll ever forget it. I never will forget that. It was such a level of support. I appreciated just that raw feeling coming out, that I felt safe to do that with her, and she felt safe to do that with me. We are very close, her and I, and this is not a relationship that just started this year or a year ago. It's several years in. So that does make a difference. I'm not saying that you have to cry with every Black person you know. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that we need to be able to sit with pain. And if you know someone who's hurting, if someone tells you their story, because we have our own experiences, sit with the pain with them. Don't brush it off. And the temptation is to move on because it's uncomfortable. But I'm encouraging you to not rush through it. You can't always even pray it away because it's a process. And you can pray through the process, though, for sure. And because the healing needs to happen, calling on God is never a bad thing in my book, in my opinion. But sit with pain. I'm telling you, you will be a healthier person for doing it. We will be more united if we can cry together, if we can sit together, feeling sadness together, and then, loving on one another. This is another act of love. Thank you for taking the time to listen today. I hope this helps you and brings us all to another level of unity. Take care. Bye.